permanent luminaut, swallowing the gold pill in the aftermath, bard of the spoon, a reminder of exponent full of sugar. Let's explore this transition of nectar to honey. Breaking bread, still at the table? Step away into the kitchen to see what else is cooking, or for an appetizer for when and if you're of earning return, it won't have gone stale. Due to the monoatomics we've baked in. Perhaps it may have hardened, save one or more could always ensconce to soften in stews of the quantum percolating beyond the veil, able to be known via that intuitive olfactory sense, be that fishy or in aromatic pungency. In keeping with a day job, night shift to graveyard, or field of labor's contrasts under moon and or sun, perhaps pairing, not discounting that after twilight dusk work untangling in a given nocturnal, sleeping off the hangover of deja vus on approach of the would-be lucid dreamers. A theoretical bouquet of hypotheticals for Sechet via a confluence of channel from Jehuti to Oath, Mothman, Flit to Litwick. Here's the tallow axe to Wayne. The Enochian Metatron is coming through as Perseus on vehicle of one Pegasus through this session, or so it may seem to any who has similar Arcturian sensitivity. In keeping with these exposures, resonances may vary. Responsibility is wholly one's own, and accountability is exempt from this informant, hereby solely creating, imparting, and or translating through transmission from here on out, save appropriately mutualizing celebrations. If you can trust us, together in being a part, we may love you, XYZ PDQ. You realize that the Muggle world is the real fantasy, and the ideal world is the untouchable truth. The mundane reality of the vessel lends awareness to what is an ongoing magical process through a cyclical seasoning of the circuitous winged path of which the tactician of placebos by the Fayires bend and weave through the crossroads of superstition. Being a director of natural confluences, sorcerer of lucrative soul, strategist of tempering elemental interactivity, settler of conflict with the harbinger of peace. And this blue pill, red pill scenario, ruse of grifters, their true lure to split us onto a side trail, away from one's merciful fates on pathways through informative destinies, retold of the untold confluence to the mutual country, those lands where shared resources are replenished by the care taken by those reading the near translucent writing on the wind. Their primordial language modeled by the interchange of those elements that seem to move beyond moral of conscientious virtue, answering to those sensitive enough to manipulate their luck of the draw. Mind Cherie by resembling equilibriums in the chaos, reassembling equilibriums in the chaos veiled between illusory future and past moments, that cyclone awareness throughout the realms of consciousness, filtering a sift of sharing through communications for sensory seasonings of prism, authenticating tools of sentience. When to act, and from which rehearsal, when to be allowing a temporal tempest to tower and fall across moats, bridging barriers of defined boundaries, measurably bound within the elemental realms through one or more's navigation of what may be becoming of set down and pick up of what it means to skill. Hex YZ PDQ. Through error and trial, explore to win the intuition as may be freckle to a mole spying on what one or more other than care to have shared telepathically. As a map through the floor plan, so to speak, of a vibrant. Until then, as we awaiting confirmation of nuance in the blueprints for architectures of the build, with archetypes both mundane and spiritual for mutualizations. Until then.